we have said quite clearly that certainly as South Africa, we must all resolve that we never go back to 2008.
Determination masking a bleak New Year's message from Eskom, Africa's biggest power generators facing the prospect of costly blackouts. South Africa's flagging power grid is yet again under threat. This is the reason why. The country has installed capacity of 41,000 megawatts. Up to 6,000 megawatts is down for badly needed maintenance to the country's ageing power stations. Down too is a unit at Koeberg Nuclear Power Station. Another 4,000 megawatts has been lost to outages from breakdowns and poor coal quality. This precarious situation is likely to carry on for at least 2 years until new coal-fired power stations like Medupi come online.
I think we have to take it very seriously as a country. Clearly the supply of electricity is important for the economy and the confidence of the country. So for us it's very serious. We're not trying to be alarmist, but we're trying to be very practical, pragmatic and transparent about the risks we face.
No, I'm not really surprised. I think we've always known that 2011 to 2013 is going to be tight. And Eskom has spent a lot of time talking about what is tight, what is the definition of tight. And I think we've known for many years that we are entering a tight period.
It's estimated this year electricity demand will increase by 2% as the economy picks up. Meanwhile, Eskom is running on a slender reserve margin of around 15%. For safety, it tries to keep this margin at around 19%. This briefing gave new details of a safety net if all else fails. A big part of this safety net would be the so-called Energy Conservation Scheme, under which the government would go to the country's top 500 users and instruct them to use less power.
Across most of our large customer base, we have seen an average of about 5% contribution. Obviously, some companies are doing a lot more. And really our call would be, remember we've always spoken about the Energy Conservation Scheme with reference to a baseline of 2007. So really where companies has made that move and has made the investment, they've done that. And our call would be on other companies that haven't done that and haven't done that much to then make the incremental step. And that would be the intent. My intent would be that we do this on a voluntary basis. That if we do have a mandatory scheme, that is only used as an exceptional basis, as a safety net.
If we all pull together and do all the things that are possible to do, it may be possible to avoid calling on the safety net. Now the safety net comprises a couple of measures, one of which is the so-called Energy Conservation Scheme, but there are also other parts of the safety net, for example, the use of the open cycle gas turbines in the Cape, which are part of the safety net. They don't want to run these things if they don't have to because they're very expensive to run, but sometimes they have to.
Another thread of the safety net is a plan to buy electricity from municipalities and even 20 megawatts from backup generators at shopping malls. Bearing all this planning in mind, can South Africa avoid more embarrassing blackouts?
We hopefully will not go there. We think the risk is not the same as 2008, but the risks are there. There's some risks. I'm not a magician. I can't look in a crystal ball. Our resolve, though, is that we shouldn't go there. We know that it is disruptive. So it doesn't matter how small or big the risk is, we say we've got to do everything we can to make sure we don't go there again.
Eskom also pledged to solve its coal quality problem this year. The plan is to renegotiate contracts to get higher quality coal to increase the amount of electricity from power stations. But for now, a bleak winter is in prospect.
For at least the next 2 years, electricity supply in Africa's biggest economy is likely to be very tight indeed. In the boardrooms, managers would do well to take another look at their strategy plans as well as their generators.